Tonight on KGW News, a driver careens into a restaurant just feet away from guests. How everyone walked away without serious injuries. Plus,
Karen, do you have any comment to make about the charges against you?
growing fallout as the Longview School District Superintendent appears in court, charged with obstructing an investigation into sexual assault.
Karen has never wanted to do anything but address these issues.
And later,
Thank God you didn't talk.
a local hiker recounts her harrowing experience atop Mount Hood in a now viral video. How it's helping others. But we start tonight with a live look at the Rose City as we kick off this Memorial Day weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'm Catherine Cook in for David. Celine Stevens is here with a first look at your weather impact forecast this beautiful holiday weekend. Hi, Celine.
Hi, Catherine. Yeah, we have a really nice weekend ahead. Okay, today was really nice and we have a warm weekend ahead. It's Memorial Day where things are going to change. But taking a live look right now at our Wells Fargo Tower sky camera, 63 degrees is where we're currently sitting. Those winds coming out of the northwest at 12 miles per hour right now. But temperatures across our map, we're starting to cool down. Like I said earlier today, it was warm. We were in the low 80s here in Portland right now, 62 in Troutdale, 63 in Vancouver, 50s in places like McMinnville, and 60 degrees in Hillsborough. And along the coast, temperatures also cooler, low to mid 50s, 55 in Tillamook, 50 in Newport right now. But here's where we're going. So Saturday starts a little cloudy. Those clouds burn off by the afternoon. Temperatures getting up to 79 degrees. And then Sunday, even warmer, a lot like today. We get up to 81, but expect more cloud coverage throughout the day leading up to this cold front that's coming into our area that's going to bring rain just in time for Memorial Day, lasting through Tuesday. I'll have a more in-depth breakdown of your Memorial Day coming up in a bit.
All right, we'll see you then, Celine. To an update now on the growing fallout from the student sexual assault case in Longview. The acting superintendent announcing that 3 additional employees are now on leave. That makes a total of 5. Today, the district also hired an outside law firm to investigate how the district handled the allegations of student and staff misconduct at Mark Morris High School. It's all happening as Superintendent Dr. Karen Cloninger made her first court appearance today. Devin Haskins tracked down court documents with new details from investigators.
In Cowlitz County Court, Karen Cloninger's only words were affirming her name when asked by the judge during her first appearance.
Correct.
Cloninger, the Longview School Superintendent, faces a felony count of tampering with a witness and misdemeanor charges of failing to report and obstructing law enforcement.
We do have concern about, under Rule 3.2, the interference with the administration of justice.
Longview police say district staff first learned of the alleged sexual assaults at Mark Morris High School as early as January 29th. That was 11 days before police were contacted by a victim. According to the probable cause statement, when the assaults were first brought to Cloninger's attention, she told the principal and 2 other district staff members that they were not obligated to report it at this point and would instead handle the investigation themselves. The district would hold several meetings over a roughly 2-week period without involving police. During one meeting on February 4th, investigators said Cloninger tried to downplay the incident and told Principal Aaron Whitwright to squash the situation, saying, quote, "Tell the kids on the team we don't want any more rumors." Adding, "Aaron, you better figure this out. You better do it right, because this is a career killer." Less than a week later, the principal sent a letter to parents criticizing what he called false rumors and speculation and said the district had already investigated a report and made appropriate consequences. The court documents say that when staff brought up the need for transparency, Cloninger repeatedly dismissed or suppressed the idea.
There's a plethora of information about suppression and manipulation of facts and information that slowed down law enforcement's ability to timely and aggressively investigate sexual assaults against children in this community.
Cloninger's defense attorney, Johnny McMullen, spoke in court.
Says Karen has never wanted to do anything but address these issues. She's not hiding from these issues. Quite the opposite, Your Honor.
On February 10th, police arrested 2 students for allegedly sexually assaulting younger teammates on the basketball team. On Thursday, Longview police arrested Karen Cloninger.
We are obviously fighting the charges. We are not in agreement with what's been indicated.
Devin Haskins, KGW News.
Cloninger posted bail this afternoon. She's ordered to not have any contact with Longview students or witnesses named in this case. She'll be back in court June 10th for her formal arraignment. Get you caught up now on tonight's other headlines. A Beaverton City Council candidate accused of showing his handgun made his first appearance in court today. Antonio Pirogue is running for City Council position 5. He pleaded not guilty to menacing and unlawful use of a weapon. Police say on Monday Pirogue allegedly flashed his gun near the Beaverton City Hall library, leading someone to call 911. He's expected back in court next month. To Portland, where a man is in the hospital after police say a driver unknowingly ran him over this morning. It happened near Southeast Yamhill and Cesar Chavez Boulevard. According to Portland police, the driver got in his car and drove forward, not realizing a person was lying in front of the vehicle. The man suffered minor injuries and is expected to be okay. Police say the driver stayed at the scene and is cooperating with investigators. And in West Lynn this afternoon, investigators say spontaneous combustion is likely what caused a house fire. Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue responded just after 11 to a house on Wetherill and Salma Road. They found flames on the back of the house and deck, which extended inside. As for the exact cause, investigators think oil-soaked materials spontaneously caught fire. Thankfully, the 6 people living there weren't home at the time, and all 6 of their pets made it out safely. And tonight, Portland police are investigating after thieves hit a storage facility in Northeast Portland. Officers say at least 6 units were hit, but there could be more victims. Alma McCarty spoke with some of those victims and joins us now. Alma.
Well, Catherine, unsurprisingly, they feel violated and they're frustrated, given that the whole point of picking this storage facility was to securely store their extra belongings.
Less than a month ago,
they had good reviews online, so we thought it'd be fine.
Dara Schiffer picked this spot off Northeast 92nd for storage.
Did your boxes get all? My boxes are all torn up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't take long for things to go sideways.
This is new. This was still attached to it. They ripped this whole thing off.
And this is a look inside her unit.
And it was emotional because it's my whole decade's worth of memories in there, which is to me worse than things of monetary value. And they had just, all the boxes are like turned over. I still don't have a sense of how much they've taken.
Portland police confirm multiple public storage units hit by burglars on Tuesday.
You just feel so violated when somebody, whether it's your house or your storage, it's still your stuff.
Even more frustrating, Dara and her partner, Trenton Payne, believe the suspects had a unit here and were taking advantage of the lack of security.
When we came Wednesday, they cut their access code off, but they were still able to get in because this gate stays open for a very long time.
And to me, it's just emblematic of the decay of social support services because people are desperate.
Portland police ask anyone with information about these break-ins to contact East Precinct.
And Catherine, they are not only upset with the thieves, but also with the company, Public Storage. We were there at the facility, and I can say it definitely seems as though this may not be as secure as other locations.
Well, Alma, what is Public Storage saying? Have they talked about the burglary case? Do they have a response?
Yeah, well, we reached out several times this afternoon, phone calls, emails to ask about the case and about the security or lack thereof. At this time, we haven't heard back, but we will be sure to post an update if we get one.
Alma McCarty, thank you so much. A Southeast Portland family is frustrated tonight, saying they caught a woman stealing flowers from their yard this week. It happened in the Woodstock neighborhood, and neighbors say this is not an isolated case. The family says the woman drove a dark-colored BMW with 3 big laundry baskets of flowers. They say when they confronted the woman, she claimed the flowers were public property and said she was picking them for school children, then sped away.
Well, I was shocked, and especially that she felt so entitled and brazen about it. It just breaks my heart. And to think of it happening to other people, we just want to try and break this cycle if we can.
Both homeowners say they hope sharing their story will help these flower thefts from happening again. Now, the long weekend is underway now for many across the country, with thousands of people hitting the roads and runways for a getaway this Memorial Day weekend. Out at PDX, travel experts expected today would be the busiest travel day of the holiday weekend, with more than 63,000 people moving through the airport. When we stopped by, a number of travelers said the airport seemed less busy than past years, which could be due in part to the spike in airline ticket prices.
Travel is definitely more expensive now, for sure. A combination of everything, the holiday and the gas prices, out of control. So, yeah, so ticket prices are pretty high.
This is the start of the busy season, with PDX expecting nearly 6 million travelers between June and August. That's about a 6% jump from last year. And speaking of the holiday weekend, with the weather warming up, many see rivers as an enticing way to cool off, and river rescuers are trained to help keep them safe. At Glen Otto Park in Troutdale this morning, AMR river rescue technicians practiced for different water emergencies. That included line rescues for people in trouble close to shore, paddleboard rescues for those farther out, and diving for people underwater. Rescuers say between Glen Otto Park and High Rocks on the Clackamas River, they usually help upwards of 50 people on the water in some way and perform around 4 to 5 rescues.
Oregon rivers in general can be pretty dangerous, just as they tend to be pretty fast moving. They stay cold well into the season, and that can be a problem for people expecting it to be a little bit warmer because it's hot outside. They jump in the water, it's cold, and they start to struggle.
Crews say if you're on the water, wear a life jacket, swim with a buddy, don't overestimate your skills, and don't drink alcohol.